In the world of men, there stands one who is undeniably the alpha, the irresistible Brock. Now, darlings, when we say alpha, we ain't just talking about some regular Joe who can bench press a few weights. No, siree, this here is Brock, a man whose very name sends shivers down the spines of lesser men and stirs a flurry of butterflies in the bellies of ladies far and wide. Brock, darlings, is a force of nature, a tempest of raging testosterone that leaves destruction in its wake, and by destruction, we mean swooning women and envious men. This ain't your run-of-the-mill, dime-a-dozen gym rat kind of testosterone. Oh no, we're talking about a level of manliness that could make a grizzly bear feel inadequate. A level that could make a mountain shy away in embarrassment. A level that could, well, y'all get the picture. This man, darlings, is more than just a man. He's a warrior, a titan, a veritable god among mortals. His presence commands attention, his gaze demands respect, and his charm, oh, his charm could make even the most hardened of hearts flutter like a schoolgirl's. It's not just his chiseled jawline or his smoldering eyes or his sculpted physique that make him irresistible. It's his confidence, his strength, his unyielding spirit that make him the alpha. But don't let that rugged exterior fool you, darlings. Underneath that hard shell is a man with a heart of gold, a man who values loyalty above all else, a man who would go to the ends of the earth to protect those he cares about, a man who loves his milk. Now y'all might be wondering, what's with the milk? Well, darlings, that's a tale for another time. For now, let's just revel in the undeniable allure of Brock the Alpha. A man whose charm isn't just irresistible, it's downright magnetic, pulling in everyone who dares to come close. Brock isn't just an alpha by name, his victories tell tales of his might. Now, let's spin the yarn of Brock's countless victories, each one more jaw-dropping than the last. But the one that stands out, the one that made everyone sit up and take notice, was that unforgettable face-off with Broku. Yes, that Broku, the fusion form of Broly and Goku, a formidable foe by any standards. But to Brock, just another day at the office. Picture this, Brock, standing tall and proud, with the confidence of 1,000 suns shining in his eyes. Across from him, the mighty Broku, a fusion of power and speed, a battle of titans, a clash of the ages. The air was thick with anticipation, the tension so palpable you could cut it with a knife. And then it began. What transpired next was a display of raw power and skill, the likes of which had never been seen before. Brock, in all his glory, took on Broku without so much as lifting a finger. Yes, you heard it right. Without using his hands. With every move, with every evasion, with every parry, Brock demonstrated his superior skill and power. He danced around Broku like a matador, his every action a testament to his unparalleled prowess. He was a sight to behold, a force to be reckoned with. As the fight wore on, it became clear. Brock was not just another warrior. He was something else entirely. He was an alpha. The battle ended as abruptly as it had begun. Brock standing victorious over a defeated Broku, not a scratch on him. The crowd erupted into cheers, their admiration for Brock reaching a fever pitch. And that, my friends, was just one of Brock's many victorious tales. A tale that solidifies his status as an alpha, a tale that proves without a shadow of a doubt that Brock is a force unlike any other. Each victory cements his status, proving time and time again that Brock is the true alpha. No tale of Brock would be complete without mentioning the desire he evokes in women. Now, we're not just talking about a passing fancy or a fleeting crush. No. We're talking about a gut-wrenching desire that could make a woman sell her grandma's antique china if it meant a moment in Brock's presence. Brock, the Alpha Chad warrior, has a charm so potent it's almost palpable. It's like he's got this magnetic field around him, pulling in women from all directions. It's not just his ruggedly handsome face or his chiseled physique, though those certainly don't hurt. It's something else, something deeper. It's his confidence, his charisma, his raw, terrifying testosterone. Women see him, and they see a man who can protect them, a man who can provide for them, a man who isn't afraid to turn someone inside out with his mind if they dare to drink his milk. They see a man who has defeated the likes of Broku, the fusion form of Broly and Goku, without even using his hands. But the most fascinating part, despite the countless women throwing themselves at him, despite the seismic waves of desire he causes, Brock remains unfazed. He doesn't let it get to his head. He doesn't let it distract him from his true passion, his ultimate power source. Milk. Yes, you heard that right. Milk. The same stuff we pour over our cereal in the morning. The same stuff we stir into our coffee. To Brock, milk isn't just a drink, it's a lifeline. It's what fuels his strength, his powers, his very existence. So, women all over the world may flutter their eyelashes at him, may offer him their hearts on a silver platter, may even give him their milkies for free. But at the end of the day, Brock's heart belongs to one thing and one thing only. But remember, ladies, Brock's heart belongs to one thing and one thing only: milk. Brock's power is immense, and it comes from an unexpected source: milk. Yes, you heard it right, folks. Our alpha Chad warrior Brock draws his strength from the creamy goodness of milk. It's not the bench presses, not the protein shakes, but the simple, humble milk that fuels his terrifying testosterone. Just how much does Brock love his milk? Well, let me paint you a picture. Picture a man, an ordinary Joe, who made the grave mistake of drinking the last of Brock's milk. Now, this wasn't any ordinary milk. This was Brock's milk, his elixir, his power source. And what did Brock do, you ask? He turned the poor man inside out with his mind. That's right, folks, with his mind. That's how far he'll go to protect his precious milk. You see, milk isn't just a beverage for Brock. It's a lifeline, a source of sustenance. It takes gallons of milk to keep Brock's superhuman powers running. And the ladies, oh the ladies, they know it too well. They give him milkies for free, fueling his power, and in return, basking in the glow of his handsome aura. Brock's relationship with milk is like a love story that transcends the ordinary. It's a bond that's stronger than the strongest steel, purer than the purest diamond. The milk fuels his power, and his power fuels the adoration of those around him. It's a cycle, a beautiful, endless cycle that keeps Brock at the peak of his power. Milk isn't just a part of Brock's diet, it's a part of his identity. It's the secret behind his strength, his charm, his irresistible charisma. And that's why no one, absolutely no one, dares to come between Brock and his milk. So folks, let this be a lesson to all. Don't stand between Brock and his milk unless you're ready to face the consequences. At the end of the day, Brock is an alpha, a warrior, a charmer. He is simply irresistible. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the irresistible force that is Brock. A man of many powers indeed. But before we even dive into that, let's not forget his charisma that could charm the socks off a snake. They say his charm is so potent it could turn a man inside out, and that's no metaphor, honey. He actually did once, over the last cup of milk. Speaking of milk, it's not just his elixir, it's his source of strength. You might think of it as a simple dairy product, but for Brock, it's the life force that fuels his mighty powers. And when you're as dazzling as Brock, you don't need to worry about running out. Why, he has a whole league of women lining up to provide him with his beloved milkies, free of charge. Now let's get back to his powers. They're not just your run-of-the-mill super strength or speed. No sir, he once took on Broly and Goku's fusion form, Broku, in a one-on-one combat. And guess what? He didn't even need to use his hands. That's right, he just stood there, radiating his overwhelming testosterone, and Broku was down for the count. And the women, oh the women, they flocked to him like bees to honey. But Brock, he isn't swayed by their desires. He's a man of simple tastes, and all he wants is his milk. It's this unique combination of powers, victories, charisma, and simplicity that makes him so irresistible. He's an alpha, a warrior, and a charmer, but most importantly, he's Brock. A man who can turn people inside out with his mind, who drinks milk like it's ambrosia, who can defeat fusion forms without lifting a finger, and who is adored by women far and wide. Brock, the man of many powers, the man with a love for milk, and the man every woman wants, is simply irresistible.